structure of the human skeletal system: axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. We're going to study each part in details. Well, starting with axial skeleton, it consists of skull, vertebral column or backbone, and rib cage or thoracic cage. While the appendicular skeleton consists of 3 parts only, also upper limbs, lower limbs, and girdles, pectoral and pelvic girdle. Starting with the axial skeleton and vertebral column. Well, before starting vertebral column, we need to know some information about each organ. In each organ, we need to know structure and function and location. Okay? Well, the function of vertebral column, it's what it gives the body its shape. As we said, in general, most of our skeleton, it gives our body its shape, and also protects some important organs like what? Spinal cord, which found inside the neural canal. Its canal or passage that inside the vertebral column or that formed by the vertebrae, and also help the body to bend and to move in different directions. Not yet, it helps the body to bend and to form blood cells. And also because it's considered as the axis of the skeleton, because all parts of the skeleton are connected and linked tightly to the vertebral column. What about the structure of vertebral column? Well, it consists of 33 vertebrae, and we have here a video to show you the structure of vertebra that have different shapes and size according to their position and their function inside your body and along the vertebral column. We have a table here to show you, well, the vertebra, number of vertebra, and the size. I'm starting with the number. I want to tell you the number. What's the number of each vertebra? Well, we have different 4 types. Again, how many types that we have? Different 4 types. Cervical, they are 7. They are what? 7. And they have a moderate in size. They are what? Moderate in size. They are not very big or not very small, but they're moderate, okay? Medium in size. They are called what? Cervical vertebra. Yes, and by the way, we arrange the type of vertebra from up to down, okay? From superior to inferior in your body, okay? I mean from the skull to the end of the vertebral column. The next type, they are called thoracic vertebra. Well, from its name, thoracic, so they are face what? Yes, they are face the chest cavity or thoracic cavity in front of them. They are 12. They are what? 12 thoracic vertebrae. And they have a bigger size than the cervical vertebra. The third type that we have, lumbar vertebra. Lumbar, it's mean what? They face the abdomen. They face the important organ inside your body. There are 5 lumbar vertebra, and they are the largest vertebra, the biggest vertebra, and they are free, support the abdomen. I mean they support the important organ inside your body. The last vertebra, they are called coccygeal. They are called what? Coccygeal vertebra, and they are 4 vertebra, very small and fused. They are small, fused together. This is the vertebral column. We say that we have what? 7, 12, 5, and 4. 7 cervical vertebra, 12 thoracic vertebra, 5 lumbar, the largest vertebra, and finally we have 4 fused, okay, and small coccygeal vertebra. Our skeleton, 2 main skeleton, appendicular and axial. Axial skull, vertebral column, and thoracic cage. Vertebral column, as you observe it right now, it contains a vertebral canal or neural canal. The upper vertebrae, they are called cervical. Their number is what? 7. The next type, they are thoracic, they are 12. The third, lumbar, they are 5. And the last, they are 4 fused coccygeal vertebra. Those are cervical vertebra. Okay, well, actually we have here an extra information, but you don't need them. Okay, just I need you to focus on the shape of the cervical vertebra. Okay, and I'll also have an video to show you the shape and the real typical shape of the vertebra, of the lumbar vertebra. Okay, we're going to study it. After the cervical, we have what? Yep, we have 12 thoracic vertebra. And actually, when we go and talk about the thoracic vertebra, they are considered as a part of rib cage. They are a part of thoracic cage. Okay, as you see that, because some people believe that the rib cage it is only the sternum and ribs. No, rib cage consists of sternum, ribs, and also the thoracic vertebrae, as you see in the video. Okay, one. And as we said, the last piece of information that we have here, that we have 5 lumbar vertebra. They are largest vertebrae, and the last one, they are coccygeal vertebra. And this is what? This is the shape of vertebra connected, the thoracic vertebra, which connected to the ribs. Okay, and when we go into study the vertebra, I'll give you more information about it. After that, we need to know the structure of vertebra. Again, we studied what? We studied the vertebral column, and we said it consists of 33 vertebrae, and it has a different function. But right now, we're going to study the structure of just one vertebra. Okay? Well, any vertebra consists of what? Well, consists of large part, anterior thick part called centrum. Called what? Centrum. I'm going to show you on a video for it. And the centrum is attached laterally by 2 transverse processes. Okay, I mean 2 protrusions, but laterally. Okay, don't forget it. The centrum is attached posteriorly by what? By a bone. Okay, neural bone. This bone called neural canal. For what? For passage, what? The spinal cord, to protect it. Yes, for passage and protection of a spinal cord. And finally, it's attached by a direct downward bone called neural spine. Again, we have the any vertebra consists of large part, we said it called centrum, and anteriorly and posteriorly attached by what? Anteriorly by the neural canal, and posteriorly by 2 transverse processes. Vertebrae are separated from each other by cartilage. For what? To reduce the friction between them. This is the shape of typical vertebra, and definitely this one is a lumbar. Okay, well, as you see in the picture, it consists of a thick large part called centrum, and attached laterally by 2 transverse processes. Okay, and you need to observe them, the right one, right side, and the left side. Okay, they are called what? They are called transverse processes. This means protrusion. And also posteriorly attached by what? We have 2 parts, the neural canal and the neural spine. And I need you to remember always, the neural spine is what? Directed, yes, downward. Okay, directly what? Downward. And by the way, they are all vertebrae, they are separated by each other by something called what? Cartilage. By what? Cartilage. Why? To reduce the friction between them, to protect them from corrosion. To protect them from corrosion. Okay. Well, as you see in the video, this is a structure of vertebra, consists of centrum and neural canal, neural spine, two transverse processes, and they are, yep, did you get it? They are separated by each other from each other by something called what? Cartilage, to lessen and to reduce the corrosion between them during movement of vertebral column. Okay. The next part, the axial skeleton, which is what? Skull. Yes. Well, again, as we said, when I'm going to give you any information in our lesson, I need to tell me the structure of it and to ask me about the function and sometime about the location. Well, the skull. What is the function of the skull? It is a bony box to protect what? Well, I need you to remember, as the vertebral column protects the spinal cord, also what? Yes, the skull protects the brain. So the skull is what? Is a bony box to protect the brain. It's the main function, protection of the brain. And we're going to study the structure of the skull. Well, actually, it consists of two main parts. Consists of what? Two main parts. One of them is called posterior part or cranium, and other part is what? Anterior part or facial. Again, posterior part, we call it cranium, and it consists of 8 serrated bones. Serrated is meanwhile. I need to focus on the picture here. And do you know that the lines that found on that cover the skull, those are serrated bones. Serrated means that they are tightly connected together. Okay, consists of 8 serrated bones. They are attached firmly together. And at the back of the cranium, there is a hole, a tiny hole. It is called what? Foramen magnum. For passage, the spinal cord from brain, I mean the link or the connection between brain and the spinal cord. Okay, we need, there's something like tunnel. Okay, so this hole is called foramen magnum. Just for what? For passage of spinal cord and its attachment to the brain. While the other side is called anterior part or facial part. Facial, it means what? Facial, it means something related to your face. So it includes what? When you go into to look to the mirror, what did you see? You see upper jaw, lower jaw, and also positions for your sense organs, eyes, nose, and ears. Okay, let's to show that. As we said, the skull consists of 2 main parts. Okay, cranium and facial part. Cranium or posterior part contains or includes 8 serrated bones. They are attached firmly together. And what you are seeing right now, yes, those are serrated bones. Okay, those are serrated bones. And also, don't forget that the cranium contains, okay, what? Yes, the foramen magnum. Foramen magnum, it's a hole, okay, for passage the spinal cord from the brain to inside the neural canal. While and those are the plates that form it. Okay, the blue lights, they are what? They are the serrated bones. While in front of you, okay, it's what? Upper jaw and lower jaw, and senses, position of sense organs. At the end of this episode, I hope you got more information about the skeletal system and support in living organisms.